Alrighty, folks, welcome back, race fans. Tonight, the Pro American Late Model Series, Season 4, round number 15, finale here tonight at Myrtle Beach, presented to y'all by MaxspeedTV. TV. Myself, Joshua Medlock, Steve-O Lane here tonight.
I'm going to kill you later.
Shouldn't have ever told me that.
Oh, that's
man.
all right.
How you doing, Steven, man? Myrtle Beach, man, it just seems like we just started with these guys, and now, man, it all comes down to this. Yes.
This is it.
Well, I don't know really a whole lot about Myrtle Beach. What I do know is I did have the opportunity to watch Mr. Steven pull some laps at this track there to practice run, and I got to tell you, Steven, you know, these guys making us look like idiots and slowpokes out here.
Yeah, making me just look like a total fool. These guys are good, though. I mean, without a doubt, hands down, good drivers.
Oh, yeah. We're kind of just waiting on we're watching practice here. But, Steven, you know, a lot of things can happen here tonight. I do have the points kind of over there pulled up over the pre-race analytics here. So let me get the point standings off there real quick, and, you know, we'll kind of run down through the, you know, analytics here real quick, and then we'll talk about points here in a bit. But air temp of 74, track temp of 81. There's some wind out there at about 9 miles an hour out of the southeast. 225 laps. So it's going to be a little bit longer of a race for these guys, but I think they can handle it. They've ran, you know, 150, 200 laps, you know, throughout the season, Steven. So 225, I don't think is going to be really nothing. You know.
No, it being a short track, well, somewhat a short track, it's going to go by pretty quickly.
Yeah, definitely. I think it will. Now, of course, cautions could play a factor, you know, depending on how many they have, if they have any at all. Green and white checkered attempts, 3-0 fast repairs. Now, 3 total sets of tires, 2 in the pits and a set they start with that is only 121.5 miles. Now, 40% fuel, that's going to be quite a few laps here. We're probably talking well into the 80s, 70s, 80s.
Probably closer to 90.
Somewhere around in there. In a ballpark between 50 and 150. We'll just go with that. We'll just go with that. So somewhere in between there. We'll see when these guys come down to pit road. We'll talk about that pit road entrance and exit here in a bit. That's going to be treacherous. Now, pit road speed, though, is 35 miles an hour with a pace speed of 45. Oops, and I muted it instead of showing the point. Here we go. So our point standings are looking like this going into the final race. Kitty Trip up in the top spot at 16:24. John Canizaro Jr. is right behind him in second at 16:06. Very, very close. What did you say, Steven? 18, 19 points?
18 points. Yeah, he's 18 points behind Kenny.
Yeah, so very, very close. Anything can, of course, happen tonight. We'll see, you know, what happens in the heats, and then, of course, the feature race. Heats do matter. You know, points are on the line. So now Benny Hogan's in third at 15:74. Colmeyer in fourth at 15:68. Brett Meeks at fifth at 15:27. Bob Eldred in sixth at 15:20. Mark Kidman in seventh at 15:14. Scott Negus at eighth at 14:84. Brandon Kiger in ninth at 14:20. And Kyler Davis going to round out the top 10 at 13:49. Jonathan Emerson at 11th at 13:37. 12:71 in 12th for Gary Eldred. John Brancasio in 13th at 12:57. John Canizaro Sr. in 14th at 12:28. Thomas Mitchell in 15th at 10:76. But I really do think it's going to come down to Kenny Tripp and John Canizaro Jr. However, and even we were discussing this, however, if something happens to both of those, you know, Benny Hogan and Shane Colmeyer's right there, you know, nipping at their tails, but they do have some work cut out for them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And like you said, you know, me and you was discussing this, you know, if something happens and they get a lot of damage with no fast repair. You know, depending on how much damage they get, set the pits, you know, the longer they sit, the more laps they go down.
Yep.
So they're going to be, if they go a bunch of laps down, even though it's 225 laps, they're going to be wanting some cautions because they'll get the wave around.
Yep.
So.
And they don't need to be involved in a wreck either. So,
Exactly.
you know, that could definitely cost them. Because if you're involved in the wreck, you don't get the lap back, you know. So,
Right.
But we're coming down to the 3-minute mark here, folks. You know what it's time for? The national anthem provided by Madison Rising. The heats will be underway or close to it when we come back.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the free, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in name, the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
Alrighty, folks, we are back, and heat number 1 about to get underway. John Canizaro Jr. and Bob Eldred up at the top row here tonight. Brandon Kiger, Shane Colmeyer, row 2. Row 3, Kenny Trent, Mark Keedeman, and John Canizaro Sr. is going to be at the tail end for heat race number 1. But a surprise here tonight. Brian, my brother, is actually joining us. He's going to try it here with his back, hurting. He may not be able to stay. But, Bub, there you go. Glad to have you.
Yeah, I'm going to try it. I don't like missing finales, so.
I wish I had the deal that I could punch in there and go doo 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 doo.
Well, here we go. Pace cars off and away, and heat race number 1 fixing to be underway here tonight into the start zone. Here we go, folks. Green is out. The tricky tri-oval for heat race number 1, and somebody got.
It's John Sr. He got something happened to him.
I don't think he got.
I think he missed the shift or something.
Yeah, he might not have got on the loud pedal.
Let's see.
He got on the loud pedal too much. Eric out there in chat here. Looks like we're going to have some battling back here. Kenny Trent down to the inside of Colmeyer, or trying to get up there. Now the 85 of Braden Kiger battling Colmeyer here. Good battle here between Kiger and Colmeyer. Oh, the 85 going up a little bit. Kenny Trent, though, if they don't watch it, he's going to trip them up. Oh, door to door.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yep, we're already starting.
Already
to see
starting.
It.
Yep.
Where we at? We're at Myrtle Beach today.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach.
The first for me.
Well, first for me too. So, well, other than the one time, when did we do it?
It was after last Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I ran some test laps,
okay.
and because me and Josh really never seen the track, so I was just trying to figure out what it was like. And man, it's a tough track.
Yeah, it looks tough.
It is. It is tough.
Well, the reason why it's tough is I call it the tricky trio, was because coming out of turn 4 there, you're coming down that back straightaway, and all of a sudden you got to get yourself set up for that number 1 turn, and if you ain't careful, you'll spin yourself.
I would have already been in the wall.
Oh, I was.
Oh,
There we go.
3 wide. Here we
Goodness
go. Oh, buddy.
That almost caused some issues.
Yeah, and we're still seeing Colmeyer there push the bottom. That is Colmeyer in the 0-2, because we got the 2 in the 0-2 right here. Was the 0-2 and the 2-2-2
Yeah, really.
Well, the number 2 car, that's Mark Keedeman.
Yeah.
The 0-2, yeah.
Yeah, and the 0-2 is Shane Colmeyer.
This is Shane Colmeyer.
Kiger got a little loose.
Kiger.
Well, they got to be careful coming that turn 4 right there too, because turns 3 and 4, they actually got a raised rumble strip there with markers or something on it, like reflectors.
I hadn't even noticed it.
If they get close to that thing, that will jar their steering wheel and get them loose.
John Canizaro Jr., JJ, up in the top spot. He's led all the laps so far. Not really let anybody up here, which, JJ trying to, get up ahead of Kitty Trip. So, it's still not over between these two drivers.
Oh, no.
They're trying to get as many points as they can. Kitty back here in 3rd, started 5th in the heat. So, John trying to grab the pole. Right now, he's got a pretty good lead over Bob. And I wouldn't say it's like, tremendously good, but, there is a gap there. Probably, what'd you say, about two car lengths? Roughly.
Yeah, it's about almost a half a second. It's a little under a half a second.
So, JJ has any hiccup, then Bob's going to be right there. But hitting the 3 to go already for Heat 1.
JJ's actually gaining on the straightaways, getting ahead of him, but
Bob's got
Bob
him in the corner.
Bob's catching him in the corner. He just don't have that exit speed to stay up there with him, like JJ does.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, we'll see if JJ is going to be able to hold it 2 to go here. Anything can happen still yet, down into 3. We'll talk more about pit entry here and exit. You know, the closer we get to the feature, we'll probably do that in the warm-up here, 3-minute warm-up. White flag in the air one more time around. If John can just hang on to it and hit his marks, I think he'll be grabbing the pole out here tonight. That's going to help him out in the, you know, in the points. Yeah, for, you know, Kitty right there in 3rd out of turn number 4. Here we go. JJ, John Canizaro Jr. going to win heat race and number 1 here tonight. He will set the pole here, and we're going to go ahead and get John down here if I can find him.
If you can find him.
Let's see.
I don't see. There he is.
There he is. He's in the waiting room.
Yep. All right, John Canizaro Jr., how you doing out there, buddy?
Been better.
Been better. Well, grabbing the pole, grabbing the pole out here tonight, buddy, at Myrtle Beach. You know, still, you know, a championship on the line, man. What's it going to take out here tonight to beat Kitty Tripp?
I don't know what the point situation now is. I think he just has to finish top 8 to secure it. We're just gonna hope and pray that the same thing happens as last week and he makes a mistake somewhere. I'm kind of fighting some pedal problems right now, so I feel like I'm driving with 6 pedals. But nothing I haven't done this season before.
Yeah, definitely. All righty, John, we're going to let you get back to it, buddy. Heat race number 2 about to get underway, man. Congratulations on the pole.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll get him down there. Benny Hogan. And that's going to be John Brancasio. Row 1. Row 2 is going to be Brett Meek, Scott Negus. Row 3, Jonathan Everson and Gary Eldred. Rounding out the 6 cars for heat race number.
Yeah, you can't count any of these guys out either for, you know, getting up there and winning the race, definitely. But, you know, like JJ said, you know, if if Kenny was able to finish in the top 8, he's pretty much locked it up. So,
yeah,
you know, we just got to see what happens. Looks like we're going green already.
Yep, green already out here tonight. Heat race number 2. Whoa! Don Brancasio got a little squirrely there. Held on to it. He almost took out the 23, though, of Emerson. Oh, and Brancasio into the wall. Door-to-door back here. I believe that is the 08 of Eldred. Yes, it is. Coming around the 62. John B says, all right, I'm just going to go back here and be good. On in there somewhere. All right, looks like my brother muted himself. He might be over there talking, not realize he's muted.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. That's put me on some coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Gotta have the cup of Joe.
Yep.
I got my cup right here, the Star Trek cup.
Well, it looks like our track temperature's falling a little bit too, Josh. We're down to 78 degrees.
Yeah.
I should say Josh and Jeremy. I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Well, that's about what the temperature is over here in Mulberry. So.
Well, I know that sun came out today here in Arkansas after the storms this morning. Boy, it got hot.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be in for it too, but they couldn't get going.
Well, they got going south of us.
Well, yeah.
But couldn't do nothing here. And that's good. You know, I do feel kind of bad, folks, for, you know, keep the people up in Iowa in your thoughts and prayers, man. Them places up there just got demolished.
Oklahoma as well.
Yeah, Oklahoma. I know Greenfield, Iowa. Oh, Greenfield, wasn't it? Yeah. It was bad. It went through the center of town. A population just a little over 2,000. A little bit bigger than Mulberry, actually. But,
yep.
So, you know, just think about, you know, what them people are going through. There's houses wiped off the foundation. They know of at least 4 people that were killed. One was a female storm chaser up there.
Oh, wow.
She was sucked out of her car and thrown, and when they were doing recovery today, one of the farmers that was, you know, anyway, they found her body in their fields. Her car was completely demolished. But keep those people in your thoughts and prayers, because right now they need it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just going to tell you this, by far one of the worst storm seasons that I've seen, and I've lived in Oklahoma just about my entire life.
Yeah.
Between Oklahoma, Kansas, and Arkansas. So
yeah.
This is by far one of the worst outbreaks of multiple tornadoes, not big tornadoes, just multiple tornadoes.
Yeah, and we're talking about probably the same multiple long track. It's not multiple little small tornadoes here and there. We're talking about tornado long track where they go down and they just stay on the ground for miles and potentially hours. So it has been a weird summer.
Yeah, we got a good battle going on for the third spot between Jonathan Emerson and Scott Negus.
Yeah,
man, it's just been.
I've been watching Benny Hogan and Brett Meeks here too. Now Gary Eldred and John B kind of just said, you know what, just let it run out here. Let's get this race on and see what's gonna happen. But golly, the 66. Oh, Meeks got the rumble strip, bounced back up into the wall. It's all right though. He might be all right, but the car ain't.
No, I mean, getting into the wall on a corner like that with your wheel turn, it's going to give you wheel damage.
Yeah. Free to go already, so in both heats so far, no yellows. Getting the 2 to go here. If they have a caution here, I think, Matt might say something.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to have a caution here. They're going to, and I'm going to tell you, these guys are probably the most patient drivers out of any of the leagues that I've been in or called with you, Josh and Jeremy. So I don't really foresee a lot of issues, especially tonight.
There we go, white flag.
Yep, white flag is in the air and already down into 3. Boy, it's not going to take long to get around this track here tonight. Benny Hogan, though, out of turn number 4 is going to win it, and that's going to put him on the outside position in P2 here tonight for the feature. Let me go ahead and get Benny down here real quick. Benny Hogan, bud, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you are going to start up front in, of course, P2 here, so you're going to be up there with JJ, but man, talk about it. There's some things on the line out here tonight. You got a couple of drivers ahead of you, but, anything can happen. What is it going to take out here tonight, at Myrtle Beach, the championship race, basically, the finale? How you feeling?
I'm pretty nervous right now because I got home. I did some practice earlier today. I got home, and my wheel is not recognizing my shifting, so I'm having to shift with my keyboard.
Oh, no.
I have no buttons on my wheel whatsoever. So we're out here driving old school tonight. So, but it'll be okay. We'll make it through it as long as I'm out here and can run. But as far as what it's going to take, it's going to take some patience. Run a clean race and just it's not all about how long you can be up front and how much you can lead. It's about being there at the end. And so that's just what we're going to have to do.
Yeah, being consistent every single lap. Now, what do you think about, pit road here tonight? We've seen it, man. In and off of pit road is going to be treacherous.
Yeah, this one, I don't know. I'm kind of shy of saying anything about it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say good or bad, but it's just like always, just be careful. We got to be careful getting off and on, especially getting on the pit road. You got to hit your speed trap pretty quick. And starting up front, I'm not going to have pit stall. I should be able to get out of pits without having to worry about it too much.
Yeah. So. Up toward the front, so you think you'll be all right. So, just be patient, like you said. Take it easy. Save some tires. I think it's going to, tires are going to be probably an issue here at Myrtle Beach. I don't know much about it, so, but from what I have seen, it can get pretty hectic.
Oh, yeah.
So
this is a good race for us, though. It'll be a good race, and it's been a good season, and this is typically typically not a caution field race, so
Yeah.
hopefully it goes good for everybody.
And I think it will. I really do. Well, Benny, go get ready here. Under a minute to go, and we'll see you out on the race for the feature, buddy. Congratulations on winning Heat 2.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right. Well, we was talking a little bit about pit road here. Now, we're seeing them come off of pit road, but where they come out of pit road, that's where you go in pit road. So,
Oh God.
yeah. So
Pretty close. Now there's two pit road entrances, but I think they're wanting them to enter on turn 3, beginning of turn 3.
Okay, that would make sense to kind of keep the. Okay, so yeah, there's one. Oh yeah, so. Oh, I see. I got you. Okay.
So what that allows the drivers to do, if they're going to pit, they announce, they should announce coming into turn 1 in the middle of turn 1 and 2, telling the field, hey, I'm pitting this time. Stay into that inside, and they should be able to hit it. But they don't want to slow way down, because then they're going to be losing a lot of time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, all righty. Well, here is the grid. Of course, we know JJ up at the top spot after winning heat race number 1. And Benny Hogan, who we just talked to, heat race number 2 winner, is going to start on the outside of him. Now, iRacing is going to line them up with the rest of the field like this. Bob Eldred in 3rd, Brett Meeks 4th, Kenny Tripp 5th, Jonathan Emerson 6th, Mark Keedeman in 7th, Scott Negus at 8th, Shane Colmeyer in 9th, Gary Eldred 10th, Brandon Kiger at 11th, John Brancasio 12th, and John Canizaro Sr. going to round out the field here tonight back in 13th. Everybody is gridded here, it looks like, except for Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Be Good. Looks like he may not agree. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Yeah, but he's going to start on pit road here, it looks like. Yep. And to be honest, that might not be a bad thing. Well, thank you, everybody. Welcome to Maxspeed TV. 16 of you out there tuning in right now, but only 4 likes. Can we hit the like button, smash it, get it the likes up there for these guys out here tonight. Pro American Late Model Series Season 4, Round 15, the finale here at Myrtle Beach. Located, of course, in South Carolina.
Not Florida.
Yeah, not Florida. Presented to y'all by Maxspeed TV. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Share the stream, get it out there. Where's Dylan at here tonight?
He's probably watching. He probably just hasn't chimed in yet.
All right. Well, he might
And
be.
Jeremy, Dylan's my nephew.
Yeah, I remember that from a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, when I called my brother Dylan.
Yeah, he did.
Long story. All righty, here we go. Pace cars off and away for the first time here tonight for the feature race, championship race, into the start zone. Here we go, folks. Green is out. Boogity, boogity. We are championship racing here tonight at the tricky tri-oval, not triangle.
Yeah, I almost said triangle too.
No, that's that triangle right there on that. Going into turn, coming past that start-finish line, turn 1 and 2, it'll get you. You ain't careful.
And JJ going to lead the first lap here tonight. They are still all sandwiched together back here. 3, 12, 2. Might as well. There's the 0-2.
Oh, we got a wreck.
Uh-oh.
We do.
Yeah,
Scott Negus collected 3 more,
yeah, it
or
looks
2
like
more.
the 85 of Brandon Kiger involved in this as well. So let me get up here to. There's Brandon. Oh, right here it was the 08, the 55. Oh, Gary Eldred coming up on the 55. Right there, gets into the back of the 55. Spins him.
Up.
Continues to spin him, and then right there it looks like Brandon Kiger just locked it down and spun it. And Don Canizaro Sr. goes ahead and, Brandon Kiger plowing the 55.
Yeah, I don't know if that was on purpose or what. But
I don't know either, but that was a little interesting.
You know, I said this the first time I called this race with this class with you, Josh and Jeremy, that you get into the back end of these cars, it's real easy, especially if you hit them pretty hard. It's real easy to lift that rear end and get loose. The nose of these cars are angled down. The rear ends are a little bit higher than a NASCAR, and you will go right up underneath the car in front of you.
That'll raise that back end up. Go ahead, bub.
I wonder if they're gonna keep the late model series for next season.
What I understand, yes.
Okay.
But we will see what happens. Oh, golly, talking about Ricky Steinhaus in chat here tonight. It looks like Ricky's father got suspended from NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ricky got a $75,000 fine, which is pocket change to him. You know, if they would find them real life drivers, you know, millions and millions of dollars, they would probably stop the nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, fights are fun, so just like hockey. You know, first one who falls to the floor, then break it up. Then put them both in the penalty box, you know.
I've seen several big fights in NHL playoffs this season.
Well, there's plenty more to come, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, there was one game last week that they would throw down the gloves every 3 or 4 minutes.
Gosh.
Yeah, it was bad. I don't remember what teams it was.
All right, well, here we go again. Pace cars off and away, coming to lap number 5. Now, lap number 7. I almost said 5. We're going backwards here tonight, folks. Here we go. John Jr. on the loud pedal. Green is out, but he was already on the loud pedal before then, so.
Well, race control is going to keep an eye on that tonight because I heard Matt say that there was, for some reason, iRacing is throwing a delayed green flag.
Oh.
While they're doing that, could be issues with iRacing itself.
Yeah, I think so.
That could be where all the stuttering's coming from here too, folks. Noticed it. And it looks like it might be the time. Back here with the two of Mark Kiedemann here.
Oh, we got one turning.
Oh, no.
Looked like Scott Negus.
It was the 55 of Scott. No yellow on that.
Yep.
Wow. Let's get a MaxspeedTV TV rewind here, and it looks like he was coming to the inside of John Sr., and they did collide a little bit, but Negus is going to get the rough end of the stick on that one, but no yellow, which probably should have been, but then again.
Did he keep it off the wall?
I think if he did or didn't, I think he just barely tapped it, but
yeah,
or he might have got a little bit of damage from it. Really can't stay on it when they're green. Now, if it was a yellow, I'd have been able to really get a look at it, but fortunately can't at it at indeed. Single file as of right now. We're going to see how these tires can hold up. Gary scraping the wall there a little bit.
Well, it's like Benny said, this is going to be a patience race. Just basically waiting for the guy in front of him to make a mistake.
Yep.
This is probably the longest race of the season.
It is. It is their longest one that they do. So I have to turn myself up a little bit because I don't know why.
Somebody's blinking out. Benny Hogan, I think.
Let's see.
I hope that works. There we go. I think I fixed it. Had to give myself a little bit of gain there. Might have been a little bit too much, but I'm trying to fix it. There we go.
I had to sneeze.
Oh. Okay. Back up front, JJ. Close to second ahead of Benny Hogan, Bob Elder, Barrett Meeks, Jonathan Emerson, Mark Kiedemann, Kenny Tripp. Back here in 7th. Started 5th. Now, Kenny, if we were told correctly, all he has to do is finish 8th or better. So, Right now set in 7th, but long way to go. So, thing can happen between now and a lap 225. Shane Colmeyer and John Sr. look like a quick battle back here for 10th. John Brancasio, 2 laps down now, but alrighty, folks.
Not seeing a lot of aggressive driving, so they're trying to save tire. It looks like to me they're being real cautious coming into the corners and
backing it up.
Yeah, backing those corners up and probably light on the brakes to help set the car up. Because with these cars, if you barely tap the brake, it'll set the car up for the corner.
Back here with Mark Keedeman now, just he hanging out between the 3 of Emerson and the 12 of Kitty Tripp. Yeah, and I think you're right. No, Colmeyer and Eldred. Like Eldred gonna lose a spot there to Colmeyer. Colmeyer up to 9th now.
And there's really not a good place to pass on this track unless you got to run out of a corner and on the straightaway. That'd be about the only way you could get around somebody, I think.
Yeah. All right, well, let's do a cockpit view here. Right along here with Mr. Emerson in the 23. Down into turn 1 and fixing to be out of turn number 2 here. Well, he ain't straight on that wheel for too long. About 4 to 5 seconds. And this straightaway pretty much on the wheel the whole time. Already back down into the turn.
Yeah, Eric made a pretty good point. Many of them will start getting tighter and tighter till they pit. You know, with only 3 sets of tires in total. Definitely tire strategy is going to come into play too, especially if they start driving aggressively and start burning them up.
Oh, Emerson and Keedeman. Touchy. Side by side. Hill across the stripe. Wow. Well, Bub, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Still there, hanging in there?
Yeah, I'm hanging.
Kind of like us, just watching it.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. And of course, I'm watching hockey as well.
Watching the battle back here between Emerson and Mark, though, and it looks like Mark finally got around him.
Yep, Mark got it.
Oh, Mark, it's your birthday.
I'm back here on Brandon Kiger, and I think he kind of came up high and got into the wall a little bit. He gave who is that? The O2.
Shane Colmeyer.
Yeah, Colmeyer. Yep.
Let's see here. I am looking at Brandon right front here, and it looks like he may have a little bit of damage there.
Shane took him too.
Yep. And that may have been the mistake that he needed too. Like I said, just waiting for that driver to make a mistake, going to gain you a position.
Shane up to 8th now. Now Shane did start 9th, so Kitty Tripp still hanging on into 7th. Emerson 6th, Keedeman 5th, Brett Meeks 4th, Eldred 3rd, Hogan 2nd, and well, JJ's been hogging the front since we started, so.
Yeah, he's getting about a 1.5 second lead on.
He's led all 30 laps too.
Yep.
Well, this time I'll be 30.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Let's just say he's been out there since the green flag.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much. Yep.
But yeah, he's getting about a 1.5 seconds on Benny. So, and like I said, it doesn't look like he's really pushing the issue. He's just being smooth, and you know, like you say, he got the clean air and just racing the track. It looks like.
Right now, JJ, going over here, let's go and bring those points back up. Here, real quickly, JJ, coming into tonight, just a little bit behind Kenny Tripp. He's, he. I hate to say this, but he's going for a championship too. So he's hoping probably Kenny has a bad night. Now, Kenny, if he could just hang on to it and do, and finish like they were talking about, 8th or above, then, I don't know. I don't know how it's all going to work out. But right now, JJ though, he's got it on point right now.
Yeah, and JJ actually said that if Kenny gets 8th place or better, he's going to lock up the championship. There's to be no way to get around him. Even if he leads every lap, he still ain't going to get enough points to bypass Kenny.
So who's leading the points right now?
Kenny Tripp.
Kenny Tripp.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was John.
Oh.
By 18.
Okay.
And Kenny right now in 7th. Does look like John Canizaro Sr.'s under fire by Brandon Kiger and the 62 of John Brancasio. See kind of what happens here. Brandon can figure out a way to get around the 558. However, Consi running in the 10th spot. Running his own line. He's making these guys get around him. That's what you got to do. Don't give up the spot if you don't have to. They are definitely getting spread out here somewhat. Brett Meeks, Mark Keedeman, battling it.
I don't know if you see this, but JJ's pushing almost 2-second lead on Benny.
Wow. Who made the MaxspeedTV TV spinny logo thing?
I did.
Oh.
Wow.
Making me dizzy.
Oh, quit watching it. Yep. They're doing something a little bit different to it, but I did that.
That's that subtle hypnotization right there.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Just listen to my voice. You're getting sleepy.
Jonathan Emerson, Kitty Tripp. Ooh, Kitty up. Okay, Kitty up to 6th now. Brett 7th, Emerson 5th. A good battle going on back here. What are you watching?
JJ come out of turns 4 and just got a little bit high.
We're gonna watch him here. Now he's gonna be coming up on his dad. That is that? No, that's John Brancasio. My bad.
Oh.
JJ is gonna be coming upon John Brancasio here pretty quickly, and that would put John Brancasio another lap down.
Yeah, he's already 2 laps down.
Mm-hmm. I can't pronounce his last name. I'll just call him John Cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
I can't pronounce his last name, so.
All right.
Oh, John Sr. up into the wall.
Oh,
he got in.
Oh, him and
no.
Yeah, him and John Brancasio got into it. Oh. Eric, there goes Eric there again.
Yeah.
Talking about my MaxspeedTV TV spitty thing.
So there was just some apologies between John Sr. and John Brancasio that when they kind of got into each other, he said I thought I gave you room. He said you didn't. He says, I apologize. So, I mean, there's definitely some respect out on this track.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah. I mean, and there kind of has to be, there goes the 7. Wow, Benny Hogan, boy. He kind of come around the 62. I think John Brancasio let him.
Yeah, I think he did too. He's letting by another win too.
Yeah, that is going to be Bob. I wouldn't be surprised if he lets Mark go by as well. Yeah, I mean, John B., he's all the way up there into the wall letting these guys go by. Emerson and Kenny Tripp would be next in line. It does look like, well, not out of the turn 4. And, yeah, he's just letting these guys go by. Oh, man.
Oh, he got loose.
Yes, he did. Man. Well, this track not being good to Johnny be good.
Nope.
Man, all right. Well, back up front, John Canizaro Jr. is trying to lap now the 85 of Brandon Kiger.
Now, Brandon doesn't have to let him by, but he don't want to make a mistake and ruin somebody else's night either.
And it looks like
he gave him room.
Gave him enough room to get around, but hey, he's still gonna be right there. Lap 53, 52 completed here tonight, and it has been all JJ so far up front. Still a long way to go, though.
Benny's caught him a little bit, too.
Well, that, him battling, trying to get around Brandon slowed him down some, so it gave opportunity for Benny to get up on him. Now it looks like Brandon's going to let Benny by, so.
Benny down to about a half a second. And, oh, man.
So my question to you, Josh, Jeremy, when do you start considering pitting? I mean, we know they're 40%. We don't know exactly laps, but I'm guessing somewhere around, the 75 mark. What would you guys do?
They're in the mid-50s already.
I would probably pit.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm not sure, because I really don't know.
I would pit when my spotter says pit.
Oh, look
like JJ down pit road. Wow.
Something happened? No, this could be the strategy.
Strategy, yeah, I think so. I think you may be right. Boy, JJ, man, he just went whoop.
Well, and that's what I was saying. I mean, he was probably thinking about maybe running another lap or something, but decided at the last second, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pit and.
He's not the only one down pit road. Gary Eldred is down as well.
He got 2 tires.
Right side.
Yep.
He can't go over 200 laps. There ain't no way. Man, I don't know if I'd do a 2-tire stop. Not this early.
He did it.
Oh, man.
I sat here watching it.
I don't know if I would have done that. Man. And again. Is it going to, big question, is it going to hurt him or is it going to help him, Guess we'll find out the next time on MaxspeedTV. TV. We're going to pause the race and we'll come back next week. Finish it out. What?
All right, y'all have a good night. We'll see you Monday.
I got to lean back for a while.
All right, lean back.
It's 3 sets of total tires, Eric.
Yeah,
Three
three
sets.
Yeah, 3 sets of tires. So that means you get the set you start with plus 2. You get the set you start with and 2 sets behind the wall. 2 sets meaning you get 4 and 4.
Right.
So they can.
No. So he said two tires means that's a set. No, a set is 4.
Set is 4.
But you cannot use your left side tires on your right side of your car either. I don't think.
From what I don't know if you can or not. I've never tested that.
I don't think you can, because you have your left side and then you have your right side, because if you pit, then you have to, if you select on your tires on your dashboard, then you have an option to select or unselect which side you want to set, or what side you want to change. And if you select the right side, you still save your left side tires.
True. All right. Well, Benny Hogan on pit road, Scott Negus in his pit box, as well as Bob Eldred. Jonathan Emerson also coming down pit road here as we speak.
Quite a few down pit road right now.
Yeah. Lap 61, 64, 68 for some. Boy, it's a little mixture out here. When is Mark Keeneman coming down? We've seen him in several races just, go the distance, and it's come out in his favor, Like nope, not yet.
Nope. So, well, here comes John Brancasio coming down pit road. He may decide to be done tonight. I don't know. I mean, he's only 3 laps down. I doubt it. But that's one thing I wish iRacing would do is help you determine a pit strategy. Really, that's on the driver.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I, as a driver myself in other leagues, I struggle with, because I try to pit when the leaders pit, but at the same time, if I get involved in something, I'm running fresher tires until they come out, and then it's just hard to do.
Any trip, he was in his pit box. Now he is back out onto the racetrack. 3 drivers on the lead lap: Kiedemann, Meeks, Olmeyer. Everybody else from Brandon Kiger on back. 1 lap down or 11 laps down. First driver lap down right now, though, is Brandon Kiger. Waiting
But
on.
JJ's
Here
closing the
comes
door on
Mark.
Yep.
Mark's coming down. Brett Meeks. Well, Brett's going to stay out, it looks like. Oh, he will lead a lap here. That time by.
So that might have been a good pit strategy for JJ, pitting early and getting those right sides, because, he's going to possibly get his lap back here.
JJ right now is coming out of 2, it looks like. Brett Meeks is not that far ahead of him, so still has to get up there and get around him.
Oh, well, JJ's on pressure tire.
Well, yeah.
He's only been out 17 laps on this right side, so I mean he's been coming up the field.
Yeah, here comes Meeks down pit road.
Yep.
So that is going to give the lead up to Mr. Colmeyer here. So Shane's going to lead his first lap here, lap 77. Took just lap 77, so I believe Shane's the only driver that has yet to come down pit road.
Yep. Everybody else has or is.
Yeah, he neither Brandon Kiger. Where is he still out on the track or he pit?
Kiger, it looks like
Kiger.
he is now just coming
Yeah,
down.
he's just now coming.
So,
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, Shane's the only one now that hasn't pitted.
Yeah, Shane is now officially the only one that hasn't pitted because Brandon is on pit road as we speak. So.
Yeah, I see him now.
And here comes Colmar. That will give the lead if he can get back around, which I'm sure he will. JJ led 56 laps already here tonight. And down into 3, the middle of 3 and 4. He'll quickly come out of turn number 4 here. And let's see here. Shane is just now in his box. So JJ is going to take back over the lead here tonight, the 777. Can the 777 be lucky here tonight? Find out in 145 laps. Seems like it's a lot of laps, but man, they are knocking this race out quickly.
I'm telling you, it's like he said, patience is going to be the key to this race, and that's exactly what's been happening.
Alrighty, folks, 5 likes out there, 17 watching on the mics here tonight. Myself, Joshua, my brother Jeremy, Steve-O out there here tonight.
Steve-O.
Steven Lane, for everybody to know, he shouldn't have told me that one, so.
That's all right. Like I said, I'll answer to it.
We're gonna go with the flow here tonight. All of the action here this evening. That's that like button, folks. Give them about 10 likes here tonight. Not a lot of drivers, but still, yeah, hey, lights are coming on here at Myrtle Beach. I didn't know Myrtle Beach had lights.
Well, yeah.
We're going to get into some night racing here. So, now another question that comes to mind. The lights coming on, is that going to change the way the track races, Steven?
Well, I mean, it may bring a little more heat, but it's not going to be much. Track temperatures jump back up to 80
degrees now. Yep, I was just looking at that.
But a lot of that track temperature, Jeremy, is coming from the cars, not the lights. So I figure with the lights on, you're probably going to get another maybe 2 degree track temperature. That's about it. And that's not going to make that big of a difference. Now, with that being said, if it does increase the track temperature to, you know, the mid 90s, then yeah, it's going to get a little slicker. But I don't think it's going to get there.
It's currently 74 degrees in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina right now. So, I just had to.
Hey, real life.
Just updated on the info too, so.
Yeah, I checked on real life.
Track temp 80.
Yes.
Yep.
It's 74 on iRacing as well, so.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I think they use the
live forecast.
Yeah, live forecast. So whatever it is there, other than rain, because unfortunately ovals and these cars you can't turn the rain on, which I think is. Yeah, I think they should be able to, but, you know, I think these guys can handle it in the rain. I really do.
I think it'd be fun.
You're insane.
It'd be fun to watch.
Lap number 90.
I did run the formula one night on the just messing around in the rain, and I'm going to tell you, that was interesting. Turn my 10s unit back on, guys.
Art Tiedemann, like maybe scraping the wall there a little bit. Like Neek's trying to get around Emerson here for the 5th spot. Oh, 23 up into the wall a little bit. That would be Emerson. No, these guys do not have any fast repairs, so they have got to be careful. John Canizaro Jr. now has an 8-second lead over Benny Hogan. And climbing.
Benny may just be, again, pacing himself, so.
On his time. Very big
Yep.
possibility. Eddie Tripp trying to make his way up here. He has cracked the top 5 now again in 4th. Started 5th. Just trying to run down Mark Keeteman here. I think Kenny really, if he has to finish just up at the top 8 or above, you know, yeah, coming out with a win would be great. But, you know, all Kenny really has to do is just finish.
Yep.
Top 8 or higher, and Kenny's good to go. Now, I would imagine he would want to get a podium. And, you know, we still got a lot of racing to go. You know, Mark possibly probably trying to get a podium. Betty, I think everybody out here wanting a podium finish. John Jr., though, he is battling some lap cars or lap traffic here. He just got around to Emerson to put him a lap down. We've only got
Emerson just told him to
go
come
around
on by. Yeah.
You only got 5 drivers. Oh, yeah.
Emerson was in the wall.
Yep. I see a speed drop. Quick. Brett Meeks is the last driver on the lead lap. 5 drivers on the lead lap right now. I think John Jr. is trying to lap everybody.
Eric, I'm not sure where. I think John Jr. lives in Wisconsin, don't he?
He lives in the States. I just couldn't tell you which one.
I think he said something about Wisconsin because he had posted something earlier about watching the storms.
We have hit the triple-digit mark, lap 100s. 34, 26, 30, 23, 20, 32, 34, 44, 29, not 49, but 40, 29, and 61. That is the stint for all of the drivers that have been out here, including Bob Eldred, who is sitting on pit road. And he's been on pit road almost 13 minutes. So that is their stint. They have been out here.
Yeah, I think Mr. Bob, though, has called it a night.
Yep. Emerson's down pit road.
Oh.
He may have got damage from hitting that wall, too.
Let me get Chase and see what he does down here.
Joshua, you talk about these guys wanting a podium finish. I was just going to say, who doesn't? I'm still looking for my first one.
You've already had one.
No, I didn't have a podium. I came in 5th.
You still had a podium.
He got right side tires.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, podium top 3. Hey, what's a podium? Top 3.
Top 3.
On Steven's first top 5, he got interviewed.
That's because everybody begged him because that was probably the best run that I've had. So there was a lot of guys in the leagues like telling Josh, you need to interview Steve.
Yep. Yeah, they were really really on top of me about that one. So I mean, and I probably was going to do it anyway, because you had a really good run.
Even if Steven finished first, I wouldn't interview.
Wow.
I just had to.
Wow.
Well, he don't do interviews, Steve.
I don't do interviews. So.
He don't know what to say. He gets tongue-tied.
He would probably interview me, I'm sure. He'd have something to say.
Yeah. How come you did wreck? That'd probably be his first question.
Probably.
You wasted my time all night.
Oh, wow. Oh, that is so wrong. Tyler Avery in chat. How you doing, Tyler? RC, the Cazanaros reside in New York State.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And John Canizaro has got Emerson right behind him. Now, Emerson is 3 laps down, but he's got those pressure right side tires, and he's just kind of going to go around JJ. But JJ's still leading. Still five drivers on the lead lap here. Still plenty of laps to go, though.
Still he got almost a 8.5 second lead on Mark Tiedemann.
Jeez.
Eric, he's being sarcastic, he says, about asking what a podium is.
Podium was, yeah. What's a beach? Well, depends on what you're referring to as a beach. Brent just said something about pitting Brent Meeks.
Brent Meeks, let's go see. 66.
Yes.
He might be pitting this coming up time. He's coming out of 2 now, so we'll see if he makes a shot down pit road here into 3. Oh, not yet. See what he does the next time by. Oh. Gary Eldred on pit road, however.
558 into the wall.
Oh, no.
That's John Sr.
Yep.
No yellow, though. So.
He's got something wrong with his car.
Yeah, significant right side damage, and it looks like he's just going to let some drivers go around here. We are still trying to see here what Meeks does. He still is not coming down. I bet he lied to you. He lied to you, who lied to everybody.
Well, I thought, well, my chat, I could hear them, but just some of it is kind of quiet.
That might have been Gary that said that, wasn't it?
John Senior's down pit road.
Okay.
No, because it popped up Brent, so.
Okay, so, yeah. Now, he might have said something about pitting on lap whatever. You know, that could be,
It could have been.
A possibility.
I could have missed that.
Oh, you can't hear nothing with me talking, so.
What?
Wow. Think I'm gonna run away.
I'll give you the old stone cold. What?
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 What? That's the Warden's favorite wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, he's retired. He will wrestle no more. He, I guess, injuries. If he did, I think it was match.
Yeah, he did that match with KO, and I think that was it.
That's gonna be it. Yeah, his body can't handle it no more. Kenny Tripp down pit road. Woo!
Let's see.
Right side.
He'd only been out 49 laps,
Yeah.
so.
Right side's going on for Kitty. And that's it. Wow. No fuel.
And JJ's coming down pit road.
Maybe JJ and Kenny know something we don't. Maybe they can make it from here.
Good.
Yep.
I mean, 63 laps is what he went on that stint, and.
Yeah, but they still have over 100 to go, though. Right?
See what he does here.
Yeah, 104 laps to go. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I guess they could make it. See what
He's getting right side.
Right side's on.
I wonder if he's going to go ahead and take lefts.
Nope.
Just right sides.
Right sides and a 11.5 second stop. So no fuel, looks like. Unless they clicked just enough fuel to make it. you know, that could be a possibility too.
Yeah, but it would still take a little bit longer with these cars to fuel. You know, like I said, they don't fuel like they don't have the quick fuel
Yeah,
like
true.
they do with the other cars.
Yeah, they don't have the. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. In a very good race, though. I mean, they have been spread out. We've had some battles go on.
Oh, Benny's blinking again.
Oh, no.
He just blinked out and came back. You need to look at the
blinker
YouTube chat.
Oh, hey, Dylan. Phone's dead. Well, charge it.
Yep.
Ow. I've turned you down, bub.
Turn me off for all I care.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh.
I ain't that loud.
Loud on my end.
Now let me check my settings.
Oh, I got it. Don't worry about it. I got you on my
okay.
end.
Okay.
I just turned you down on my end. Had you up at 100% anyway, so that's kind of my fault.
I had him at 124%.
Gosh.
My God.
I thought I was bad about blowing people's eardrums out.
Huh?
Okay.
Oh, my God. Oh, bowling ball at you. I don't even know if I could pick one up.
I know I could.
Scott Negus on and off of pit road. I wanted to make sure Scott, you know, knew that I was watching. I could pick one up with my right hand. I don't know if I could pick one up with my left, the way my shoulder is. I bowl right-handed, so, and it's my left shoulder. Fortunately for my brother, it's his right shoulder, and he bowls right-handed, so.
Well, I ain't doing much bowling. I probably won't be doing anything like that for a good long while.
Ain't gonna be doing much of nothing right now.
Nope, I am on light duty, doctor's orders.
He said duty.
Well, lighthouse work, I guess you could say.
Lighthouse duty. Go work at a lighthouse. That's really light duty. Well, I don't know. You got to walk up and down those stupid steps. So,
Bob, Eric can't hear me.
Eric can't hear you.
No, what he said. Oh, there. Oh. Now he can.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure exactly what was going on there, but let me see what we got. I think I fixed it there, Eric. Dylan, I think we're doing all right. I had a little bit of a hiccup today at work. I got sent home. My blood sugar spiked, but I'm doing a little better. Still a little bit dizzy, but not too bad. And these guys ain't making it any better. Not y'all. The track, circles, turning left. That's why I'm kind of keeping more an eye on the timing screen than anything, because, yeah. Oh, John Brand Casio down pit road here. Just seen his speed drop down to, you know, pace speed here or pit speed here, and he has decided to come down. 4 drivers on the lead lap now, folks. Shane Colmeyer is the last driver on the lead lap. And Mark Keteman, though, is our leader. He's led 23 laps. Denny Hogan down pit road. Oh, he's someone's hero.
Hogan's heroes.
Exactly. Mark leading the way.
So these motors on these cars sound horrible. I know they're made that way, but they just sound like they're just gonna blow at any moment.
Well, I mean, they are probably hitting the rev limiter on the straightaways. A lot of that's because of the gearing.
Yeah. These are the late models. Then you got the super lates. And Mark coming down pit road here. Brett, he never came down pit road, so.
He's been out 62 laps.
Yep.
It's Brent, not Brett.
Brent. The dude that drives the 66 car. And my little doggy wanted to put her 2 cents in. Oh, Mark coming back out. Mark spent 11.6 on pit road. Is still on the lead lap. He came right out ahead of Brent Meeks. Wow.
Bub, Steven, I'm going to have to jet. I've got to go to Walmart to pick up something.
Okay.
Bye, buddy.
I was starting to hurt anyway, so. Folks, I will see y'all. Well, I'll try to see y'all tomorrow night.
All righty, Bubba. Well, take care.
I will.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, I guess everybody's stuck with me and Steven again here tonight.
That's all right.
Yeah, my brother did half the race, so
Hey,
for half of it.
Yeah, it was definitely good to have Jeremy up here with us for a little bit. That is for sure. Kind of missed the old Three Stooges together.
Right?
It probably won't be long, and we'll be seeing Shane and Brent coming into the pits. I mean, we're talking 68, 65 stint.
Yeah. Been watching a couple of battles go on. Let me see here if I can. What?
Eric, now it's just 2 nuts.
Wow.
Oh.
Brett leading the ways, led 9 laps. He does have the 62 though behind him, but unfortunately for Brian Casio, 9 laps down. He's gonna need some help with some yellows, but you know I don't foresee that happening here. I mean I know they are getting
I agree
pretty close together, but man they are being very patient with one another.
Well, like I said earlier, you know, these guys are probably the most patient drivers I've seen in any league or broadcast that I've been in or done with you guys. Where are we at tomorrow night, Josh? Do you know?
Daytona.
Ooh. See, I'm not sure if I like Eric anymore. He just says he bows just as good as his left hand as he does as his right hand. Oh, there's some gutters on both sides.
Oh, wow. There's Brett down pit road here. Dane taking over the lead again. And he's led 4 laps. Oh, he is right all over the tail of the 08 right now. Of Gary. And Gary's going to go high. Oh, door to door. Wow. Oh! A little bit of bumping, a little bit of banging. The 08 and the 02. Hey, you put them together and they'll become 10.
Yeah, the 08 just hit the wall, too. And Shane's down pit road.
Yep. Shane has decided to take a trip down pit road here.
I'm going to see if he does longer than 11 seconds, we'll see if he gets fuel, because I'm betting he's going to get some fuel here. All right, looks like he's getting right sides. Wow. I got 12.7, so he may have. I just thought that with these cars the fuel took a little longer to get fuel. But I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong before, Josh.
I mean, yeah, I think everybody's trying to, figure it out too.
Now, Brian, I had to say, the new Daytona I like. Old Daytona, I'm not a big fan of. Just for the simple reason, I cannot find that smooth line on old Daytona. I don't think there is one.
Right, 9:13 Eastern, 8:13 Central. Lap 160.
Well, Eric, I know there's a smooth spot. I mean, if you're able to carry your speed in the corners up high, you don't have the bumpiness that you do down on that low line or the mid line. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but that bumpy Daytona is just horrible track for me.
Oh yeah, it is. It's definitely bumpy for sure. Yeah, the low line is, I think, more bumpier than the high line, but depending on how many cars you have on the high line or low line, especially at the old Daytona, it could help you or hurt you,
Right.
So, in my 8 years, I've seen all the lines really work at the old Daytona. High line, low line, mid line. I've even seen the apron work. Yeah, really, right? But you really, I think at old Daytona, you really want to be on the high line. Because,
In the draft.
Yeah, in the draft, due to the fact that there's not as many bumps out there, That's just my take on it.
Well, yeah, and again, you're right. In the draft, you can run that high line and keep your speed up, but if you get out of the draft, at any of the Daytona, old or new, you're pretty much done. It's hard to, unless you got somebody that you can work with behind you that'll help push you back up there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you are right, Eric, in a sense that the new Daytona, the high line is good. Yes, it is. However, depending on how many vehicles you have in the low line, if you've got 2 or 3 on the high line, but you've got 9 or 10 on the inside line, 9 times out of 10, that inside line's going to eat you up because you've got more vehicles down there helping one another out. So, and that goes to show you, even if, vice versa, the inside 2 to 3, but 9 or 10 on the outside, that outside line's going to blow you away, So, that's why super speedway racing is, well, a crapshoot because
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
Anybody can win it, and you just gotta find the people to work with.
And that's what I was talking about before, Josh. Being a new driver. I'm starting to get people that's working with me because they seen how I race.
Yeah.
They see that I'm a clean driver. I'm not over driving anything. I'm being patient.
Yeah, you just wreck people intentionally on purpose, or yeah, you get what I'm saying. I totally
Unintentionally. I don't wreck it. I don't wreck anybody. I get caught in everybody else's wrecks.
Intentionally on purpose.
Intentionally on purpose.
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
Clean. Yeah, Steven, I probably got to say, is one of the cleanest drivers out there. He's just usually at the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Mark Keneman in his pit box here.
Yep. Looks like he's getting right sides.
Yep. And off and away. Here he goes. Wow. I think I figured out. I think it's iRacing that's causing. It's got to be ATVO causing it, because every time I click at the timing screen of ATVO, iRacing gets jumpy.
Not me. It's been smooth.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and reset it here. I mean, I know we're getting late into the race, but let's go ahead and reset it real quick. We are on the 2 of Mark Keneman here, I believe that is. Like, I have a driver down pit road, but I cannot tell you who that was.
That is Benny Hogan.
Benny Hogan. Well, we got a good battle back up here. That was Kitty Tripp and the 23 of Emerson. Here comes Tripp down pit road. All right. Driver bar back up. Benny Hogan off and away.
Scott Negus. Looks like John Canizaro Jr. is coming back down pit road again.
Really? Yep, there he is. Yep. Any trip? Wow. So they could not. Now from here, they should be able to make it.
Yes. But JJ is probably just going to get fuel because I don't think he's got right side tires anymore.
We're about to find out. Yep.
That's what he's doing.
Yep, just getting fuel, and he's got enough fuel now to make it. Off and away he goes. Back out onto the racing surface once again. He's led 123 laps here tonight.
Wow.
Golly. Well, I do want to thank Matt Pelletier and Stephen Wheaton and all the admins over here at Palms for allowing me to take them on for season number 4 here at MaxspeedTV. It has been quite the season, quite the show. And I will say it again, as I've said before, I was quite nervous when, I took them and, was kind of concerned. But, hey, they have really impressed me throughout the season, and I am looking forward to hopefully coming back with them next season. I don't know the exact date, but I do know we are going to be taking some time off. And for them to get, recruitments and drivers, et cetera, done. So, after this season, my Wednesday nights will probably be open for at least, a couple months. I'm not for sure. Might see me out on the racetrack wrecking people. Heck, I may even wreck Steven. I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past you.
So, well, I hope we'll be back with these guys. I am looking forward to it for sure. These guys have really impressed me, Steven. They really have.
Absolutely.
You know.
I mean, look at tonight. I mean, we ran this many laps with no major issues.
Yeah, we've had one yellow throughout the whole race, and we probably should have had at least one other yellow, but iRacing deemed it not a yellow. It was one car. He was off the racing surface or out of the way. So they didn't throw the yellows. So
no. Battle Shane Colmeyer and Brent Meeks battling.
Yeah, that's the battle we're actually looking at right now. 66 in the 02.
But look who's coming up.
Oh, door to door. Yep, the 777. JJ.
I bet you JJ's watching these guys going, oh, come on, boys.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but my cat's name's JJ. So when I yell JJ, that's what happened.
Cat comes running in.
He looked at me.
Speaking of cats.
He's a special kitty.
I got a cat. We named him Boo Boo. Boo, as in like Toothless Boo, because he's black, got green eyes, looks just like, Toothless Boo off of How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I had before I was getting ready to come in here to help you broadcast, I had my phone sitting on the corner of the bed, and what does this cat do? He reaches over, looks at me, knocks my phone off the bed.
Oh!
I mean, just like you see that TikTok video of the cat batting the little salt shaker, the coffee cup.
Yeah.
And knocks it off. Yeah, I wanted to grab something and beat it and just see what his reaction was, but I didn't.
Probably a smart idea.
Well.
Gary Eldred on pit road. Go ahead. I was just letting everybody know.
Yeah, it just struck me as funny that he did that. He just looked at me and just phone right off on the floor.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't look at you like, what you do, Willis?
That's what he did.
Oh, he did look at you.
Yeah. Cat gets hit with a high stick, or more like a cross check.
Well, look who is behind JJ. Kenny Tripp, the first driver a lap down. All Kenny needs, in all honesty, is a yellow. And not be involved in it. He does not want to cause the yellow. But he is running in fifth. So, top 8. Kenny looking pretty sharp right now. And he's trying to get his lap back here the old-fashioned way. And I think JJ did let him go around, but, Kenny's got to get around Colmeyer, and it looks like Brett is going to let him, Brett, whatever your name is.
It's Brent, not Brett.
Brett.
It's just the opposite of Brett Maverick. It's Brent Maverick.
Brett. I'm used to calling him Brett, though. He's got to get around Mr. Colmeyer here to get his lap back. And, yeah, you seen that too, didn't you?
Yeah. I didn't know if JJ was going to be able to check up in time.
Oh, who is that behind?
That is John Sr.
Okay, yeah, John Sr. is right behind his son here. John Sr., over the course of the season really has improved. I know he's, I think he's fairly new from what I understand. Kenny Tripp got his lap back. And now he's got to work his way all the way around the track.
Yeah, and Kenny's still on fresh tires. He's only been out 19 laps on these tires, so. But he's got to be careful because he don't want to overdrive and burn these tires up and lose his grip.
Yeah, he has got to be careful. Kenny, though, is in 5th. Now, Shane is our leader. Got Shane, Brett, a 66 dude. John Canizaro Jr. or JJ, he's in 3rd. Mark Keatum in 4th. Kenny Tripp in 5th, right ahead of the leaders, actually. Benny Hogan in 6th. Jonathan Emerson 7th. Scott Negus in 8th. Brandon Kiger 9th. And John Sr. in 10th. John Brancasio at 11th. Gary Eldred has called it a night here. He is done for the evening. And Bob Eldred is on pit road. Been on
Just watching the race.
Yeah, been on pit road for about a little over 8 minutes, coming up on 9 minutes now in his pit box. Lap 201 here, folks. 202 as we just hit it there. Winding down the final laps here.
Actually, Bob's been on pit road a lot longer than that. You had a reset.
Oh, that's right.
He's been on pit. He's been in his pit box for 46 minutes.
46 minutes. Ouch.
I don't think Bob really got comfortable out there tonight. And that's,
I don't either.
which, I mean, again, that's, you know, the sportsmanship.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan the donkey. Asking me if I need a refill. Yeah, I'd like to have one.
Will you come fill my coffee cup up too, Dylan? I have to drive a ways, but
I'm going to have to give him the old Shrek when he comes in here, too.
all right, Dylan, we'll see you in about an hour.
There he is. Get away from me, donkey.
Oh, God. He's gonna kill you. 20 to go, folks. 20 laps to go here tonight. And I will say this, what Kenny needs is a caution. What Benny needs is a caution.
Yep.
Benny is 1 lap down. If he's not involved in it, he'll get the waiver around by the admins. Benny, Jonathan, and Scott. Now, Jonathan is 2 laps down. Scott's 3, but, you know, that would put Jonathan 1 lap down and Scott 2 laps down. I honestly don't foresee it happening. I really don't. These guys are being patient. Now, they have, you know, been doing some dooring here and there and good battling.
Side by side, yeah. Benny and Scott, yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan Emerson and Scott. Benny is in the 7 behind them. So, yeah, he's coming up here, too, on them. Man.
Well, Benny's able to get that car down on that inside line, make it stick even coming out of the corners. He's making it stick down low.
Yep.
Which is impressive.
Emerson falling back behind on here. Kenny getting a little bit of a gap here on Shane, but out of yellow, I don't think Kenny's going to have enough laps to get back up there.
Yeah, and honestly, Shane's been out 56 laps, 57 laps. We got 20 to go, 19 to go.
14 to go, actually, now.
14?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got enough to make it. He'll be able to make it.
No, make it back around to catch up is what I'm saying.
Oh, no, I'm talking about to the end of the field.
Oh,
I'm talking about the leaders making it to the end of the race on their fuel status. So.
Well, yeah, they got enough. I was talking about Kenny Tripp going all the way around, maybe battling it for the lead. There's not enough laps for that to happen. Now, with that being said, we get a yellow, and
he'll be back up there with them.
Yeah, he'll be right there as well as Benny Hogan if they're not involved in it. So,
but if they finish out under green, with him being in P5, he will lock up the championship.
Yep. I think right now, Kenny's just trying to hang on to it. You know, not really worry about what's going on behind him. Just, you know, wanting to get through the last 11 laps here. It'll be 10 to go here at the stripe. Now my Huskies talking.
Well, I don't think we're going to see a lot of aggressive racing because they know. I mean, I think everybody knows that it's just running to finish the race.
Yep. Just I think these guys probably going to stay where they're at unless, you know, Brett Meeks tries to make a one last ditch effort up there to Shane Kohlmeyer here. I mean, he's right there at about 0.6 of a second. So, you know, if Shane does have a slight mess up, hopefully you don't, but if he does, Brett's going to be right there. Brett, whatever. Like John Canizaro Jr. is going to let the 2, though, Mark Keedeman go around. And Kohlmeyer's dealing with some traffic here. That is going to help Brett out a little bit.
Yep.
Going to be interesting. They are going to come up here. That is the 85 of Brandon Kiger.
Now, being 2 laps down, would you? I mean, you're really not running for position. Would you let these guys go by you?
Well, I've got Brandon 5 laps down, so.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I said 2.
Yeah, you said 2.
Yeah, 5.
I don't know. I mean, you've got the leaders first and second right behind you. You know, if I was in Brandon's position, I would probably let him go by. But, you know, I'm not Brandon, so I don't know what Brandon's thinking. You know, he's going to make him go around to the outside, and we're going to go door to door. Brandon. Oh, Brandon's loose. Oh, 3 to go there, and oh, my golly, no. Wow.
Oh, no.
Wow!
Oh! And then Benny just nailed Shane Kohlmeyer.
Wow! Well, this kind of reminded me of a Martinsville real race type ordeal. Wow. That's all I got to say about this. We do see the 85 of Brandon Kiger. Now I'm going to get a chase view on this because we're going to see kind of what happened maybe a little bit better. Coming down into the corner here, it looks like Brandon got a little loose, scraped the wall right there, and then right there, they did touch a little bit, possibly maybe even a little bit of net code there, and then Brandon gets, you know, back on the throttle a little bit. And then, well, right there, well, you can call it as you want to, folks. That is going to be the 0-2 of Kohlmeyer. And the 85 of Brandon Kiger. '85 on his lid there, and then the 0-2 backs up right in. He backs up onto the track. Not saying right in front of Benny Hogan, but backs up. Benny allows the 0-2, and then right there the 62, the 2. Oh.
Wow, I don't know, man. I don't know if there was some confusion about where they were at, who was coming up behind them. But Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
Yeah,
Like you always said, I'm just a broadcaster. I call what I see.
Yeah, and I don't know. I really don't. That kind of made me a little bit speechless there.
JJ is out of the race.
But,
He took it behind the
but
wall.
JJ wasn't involved in that. Was he? Try to rewind it here. Maybe we can figure out. See, there's the pace car. JJ's coming around turn 2 here. And I don't under come down pit road. And then he's gone. I'm so confused. Well, that is not of my concern. What I will tell you, though, is GWC attempt first of 3 here. We'll go with the flow here, folks. GWC attempt number 1. Here we go. Race car is off and away here tonight. Green, white, checkered attempt. We'll go green. We get a caution. Then we'll go do it again. If it's before the white flag, green is out. We got to make it around to the white. Looks like Mark Kedeman taking over the lead quickly. And out of turn number 4. White flag in the air. 1 to go. Kenny Tripp up the second. They're wrecking it looks like behind them. Yes, they are. But out of turn 4, Mark Kedeman gonna win it here tonight. Kenny Tripp second. And Benny Hogan third. Trent in 4th. Shane Colmeyer rounding out the top 5. What a turn of events here. Wow. All right, we'll get the top 3 down here for the MaxspeedTV poster race show as we see Mark tear it up here on the front stretch. We'll talk to the top 3 and then, of course, our unofficial champion, Kenny Tripp. Well, hang on just a bit, folks. We will be right back on MaxspeedTV. TV. All righty, folks. Well, I've caught up with the top 3 here tonight. The number 7 of Benny Hogan in 3rd. Let's go ahead and bring up the number 7 here this evening. Started on the outside in 2nd here. He led 8 laps. And, Benny, we had a, caution early on here tonight. And, man, what a green flag run. Y'all had several green flag pit stops. And, well, turn of events here at the, toward the end of the race, and set up a GWC attempt here. And, of course, we finished it off under that. But, talk about the race out here tonight, man. This track, the tricky tri-oval, not triangle. How was it?
It was, I almost fell asleep. It kind of boring out there, which is a good thing. And, just take care of tires. And I don't know. It's just, it looked like John kind of took off and like he was going to try to run and hide. And I think he had a plan, and it would have worked until he got that meatball, I guess. But
oh no!
Yeah, he had a meatball and he had no tires, so he got DQ'd.
Oh,
and, right there, he got wrecked at the end, or something happened. He had a flat tire.
A flat tire.
And so I guess he drove so long. I've had that happen. I had that happen last year on the last race. It took me from 1st in championship to 3rd last year for having a flat and a meatball. I had to pit. But tonight was, it was a good race. I don't know what happened to cause that caution. All I know, I came into turns 1 and 2, and there's somebody rolling back up the track, and I just couldn't get stopped. So
yeah, you kind of did a little T-bone effect there.
Yeah, I was expecting for the car to be low to hold the brakes and stay low, and they just kept rolling back up, and I just had nowhere to go at that point.
Well, it was, Myrtle Beach. It is, as Steven put it earlier, that's where I got the name, the tricky tri-oval, not the triangle. This track's not easy, man. Kind of talk about, your struggles down there here on the track here tonight, and how you was able to overcome those.
Well, the struggles were pretty much saving fuel, and I'm just not really good at it. I know, like, Shane is really good at it, Kenny's really good at it, and I'm just not. No matter how much I clutch, I don't know what them guys do, but that's what we all here for, to learn, and I'll learn and get better. But just staying consistent to what I knew, and I knew that if I made it to a certain point, that I could make it the rest of the way. So that's what I did, and it was pretty much all I could do. I was gaining on them like 4/10 a lap, but I was going to run out of time until all that happened. So that's just what it is.
It worked out for you here, in the end, grabbing a podium finish here in 3rd. But awesome job, awesome race. Steven, do you have anything for Benny Hogan here tonight?
Benny, that was some good racing. It's probably some of the best I've seen you guys do since I started helping Josh and them broadcast. But you were talking about pits, and we were actually talking about that during the race. Me as a driver, I still struggle with the pit stop strategies. So what advice do you have for, I don't know how long you've been on racing, but what type of strategy do you have coming into a 220 plus lap race?
Well, because I had practiced to see how many laps I could get on a tank of fuel that we run, and our test session that was up had the wrong amount of fuel, so I was off on my numbers. And but just like at the start of this one, you start clutching from the very beginning. Like, you don't worry about if you're running last, because this track is typically green flag all the way. Caution here or there, but it's not going to affect fuel strategy. And pretty much that's how it wound up, except for the lone one at the end, whatever there. But some of the guys, several of them, they started clutching in the corners from lap 1. And that's just what it takes. It's either you're planning to be there at the end and not have to worry about fuel strategy, or go run off and hide and put the whole field a lap down because they're doing that, and coast at the end.
Well, man, good job. Good job tonight either way. P3, it's still a great night. It was a great night of racing.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. And, got some time off, and look forward to seeing you guys next season.
Yeah, I'm going to need it. My wheel decided to stop working other than steering for me tonight, and I had force feedback, but no buttons on my wheel. So
Oh man.
I get to figure. I was shifting with my keyboard. All my stuff was going on with my keyboard tonight. So
Oh man.
fun stuff. If it was
Man.
hard, if it was easy, everybody be doing it right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, awesome job, Benny. Like Steven said, getting into the off season now, bud. Do you got plans? I don't know exactly how long we're gonna be off, but do you have plans going into the off season?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have some recruitment races, they said, and I think it starts back up in August. But you can always. It's just like real racing. You can look at your equipment. So you've got CPU, GPU stuff. You got memory. You got different monitors. There's this is a different style of racing, but there's always something that can be made better or upgraded, and make improvements on for sure.
Always something that can go wrong.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. All righty, Benny. Well, I know I wanted to win here tonight to, finalize the season, but hey, P3,
It's okay. Yep.
awesome job, bud. I know you've probably got a, few final thought shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go enjoy the off season. So I'm going to turn it over to you, buddy.
All right. Well, first off, Matt, and Steven for putting on this series this year and for the past few years that I've been a part of it. They do a great job. They do a good job of finding guys that are gonna commentate it and stream it for us, and you guys do an awesome job. I think you guys are coming back. Is that right?
From what I understand, it's not
Okay.
official, but from what I
Okay.
understand.
Okay.
So
I hope so. I don't, that's not my territory, but I hope so. Y'all do a great job. I like going back and watching it, and thanks to you guys for doing this, because you take your time to sit here and watch us go around in circles, and you have good questions at the end, and you make it very interesting, and I'm thankful, that people take their time to do that with us. And so thank you guys, both you and Steven, and just it was a good season, long season it seems like, but that's just the way it rolls.
oh yeah.
I had a good time.
Well, we appreciate you, and I'm thankful that Matt and Steven both they had they allowed me to do it. I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. At the beginning, I was, but you guys, and I'll say it again, Benny. You guys really impressed me, and I'm sure you impressed Steven and my brother. He did join us for about half the race here tonight, and then he did have to started hurting again, so he had to jet. But I am looking forward to it. Next season to see what's in store for next season.
That's right. It should be fun.
All righty.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, I bet you are. All righty, Benny. We'll go celebrate your third here tonight, buddy. Enjoy the off season. We hope to see you next season.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, bud. All right, well, that is Benny Hogan. Now, we're going to jump up to our winner here tonight. First, Mark Kiedeman here winning
My
the race.
man.
Yes, sir.
Steven, go ahead, buddy.
Mark, man, awesome job tonight, dude. I mean, I thought you were going to pull out the win there. Real, tough battle there between, I think it was you and Brent Meeks are going at it. But, let's talk about the track. I call it the tricky trioval because coming out of turns 3 and 4 on that front stretch, you got to be careful about that going into turn 1. Can you talk about that a little bit? Was it kind of tough to get on the accelerator? Did you have to feather it? What did you have to do to defeat that?
Yeah, I mean, this place, it's a cheese grater, out by the coast, all that sand and grit. This place will eat your tires alive, but just tried to ride around for a while and keep the tires underneath of it. And we got a little early caution. We started about midfield. We got that early caution. I came down, threw some fuel in it just to try some strategy, get off sequence from the other guys. And but yeah, this place is pretty tricky, especially all that speed you're carrying down off into turn 1. Really got to get it woed up to keep it down there on the bottom so you don't, burn up your tires trying to come up off the corner really fast. So yeah, that was overall a pretty good race. I didn't think we had it. We got really lucky with that caution. Looks like those guys that were in front of me, they were saving pretty hard, and something happened to John Jr. I'm not sure what happened to him, but then Shane got involved in that accident, and I think Brent might have ran out coming to the white flag or something. So,
Oh wow.
but they ran a hell of a race. Hats off to those guys because they had me worried. I didn't think I was gonna even finish on the podium tonight for the third week in a row. But like I said, it was an overall great race.
Yeah, you guys had a great green flag runs there, and we were talking fuel strategy up here in the booth during the race. I know you guys had 40% fuel. How many laps were you guys getting on a tank?
About 60 something.
Okay, all right.
65-ish or so. But I mean that's pushing it. The first stop I ran out of gas. Sorry, my second stop I ran out of gas coming down the backstretch. Missed my pit box and stuff because the car shut off, and we lost a good bit of time there. But somehow we were able to make it back up.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, these don't have they have the fuel cells in the back of the car, just like the old dirt track super stocks. Now, does it take a little bit longer to fill these cars than say like the newer, like Gen 4s and Gen 6s and the next gens have the quick fill attachments? When you get in fuel, what's your average stop time?
It takes about anywhere from 10.5 to probably 11.5 seconds to do fuel. You can get two right sides on the car and your fuel in by the time you're ready to take off. So like I said, about 10.5, 11.5 seconds. That's 10.5 is a really solid pit stop. Maybe 10.2. That'll get you out real quick. But
Okay. All right. Well, man, hey, congratulations tonight, man. Like I said, I've rooted for you for a few times during the season because I watched you in practice, and I know this was the last race of the season. Looking forward to some time off, I'm sure, and getting ready for next season, man. But good job tonight, brother.
yes, sir. Thank you. I just want to give a hats off to Kenny for running a hell of a season all season. I think if we would have had a little bit more luck go our way with some of those races, I think we would have been right up there battling with all those guys. I'm not sure who finished second in points. It might have been Benny or maybe John Jr., but hats off to all those guys. It takes a lot to put one of these seasons together. I mean, I know it's not real life, but a lot of factors play into these races, especially these long ones. So, I mean, it's anybody's game out here. I'd rather be lucky than good any day of the week.
Well, good job on your P1 and your win tonight, brother. I'm gonna turn it over to Josh.
Yes, sir.
All righty, Mark. Well, I think Steven pretty much said everything I was going to say. So, Mark, I got to say, awesome win out here tonight. I will ask you this question. If that last caution had not happened to set up that GWC, do you think you would have had really, been able to get up there?
Absolutely not. I think I was checking the relatives there, and we were 5, 6 some seconds back, and I seen that caution with 2 to go, and I was like, "Oh Lord, this just shook things up." I knew that we could make it on fuel. I talked to my crew chief and my spotter James Flisk, and I was like, "Hey man," I was like, "Why don't we short pit? Maybe try to jump John Jr. Gain some time back on him, and see what happens." And I had just enough fuel. I had about 8 or 10 laps left there after we crossed the checkered before I was running out. Like I said, I think Brent ran out maybe on the last lap. He might have made it all the way on his fuel, but it was close for sure. It was definitely a fuel mileage race.
Yeah, it really came down to fuel. Well, Mark, awesome job on the win here tonight, buddy. Any other final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before we get into the off season?
Oh, absolutely. I got to thank Mike Duncan with Clive Power Equipment, RKM Setup Shop. Big shout out to Ryan for getting me where I'm at today, getting me up to speed with a lot of this stuff. And thank you to Justin Coleman Designs, Friesen Performance Chevrolet, all my friends and family that watch the broadcast, you guys for broadcasting this, Matt and Steven for putting all this on. It's really a group effort, to put a good product out here for these people. But it looks like I go back and watch some of the YouTube chats and they seem to enjoy it. So I'm just glad to be a small part of it.
All right. Well, we look forward to, of course, seeing you next season, hopefully.
Absolutely. I'll be back.
All right. Well, go enjoy your your off season, buddy, and we'll see you next season, hopefully.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right. Well, that is going to bring us down here to our, well, first and foremost, we'll just go with our second place finisher here tonight. We'll talk about the race first, and then we'll get into the other details here this evening. But, Kenny Tripp started 5th, finishing up here in 2nd, buddy. We'll talk about the overall race first and foremost. Early caution, long green flag runs, pit stops, and, well, what happened here at the end to set up that one and only GWC, buddy? Talk about tires, fuel. Yeah, you know what needs to be said, buddy. Talk about it.
Yeah, started out really good. The first fuel run, I ran it for as long as I could, and then I short fueled. I only put 6 gallons in versus 8, and I did that intentionally, thinking if I get to lap 100, 115, the tires are going to be junk. No, I bet only, as far as I know, only 2 people took right sides that first pit stop. So we're only going to get about 115 on the right sides anyway. So I'm like, I'll put enough to get in there, try to get out a little bit early, but it fills so fast. There isn't much time between 6 and 8 gallons. So I kind of screwed myself there and set myself back. But I only finished behind him by a second. And if I would have took full fuel in the first lap, I might have had my first win.
Might have. Really?
Yeah, I really might have. But
Hey.
no, all in all, good night. Pit stop. I almost sped second time in. I was able to catch it. Yeah, I was able to catch it. So good night. It's heartbreaking for John, who he just absolutely dominated, and he just took he took all his sets too early. And he was trying to save. Yeah, he took the first pit stop he took a set. The second pit stop he took a set. We only had 2 sets, so he was trying to change his tires and run and trying to save at the end, and it just bit him in the butt, unfortunately.
Oh, man. Just not having the tires, it ended up biting him in the long run, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was more conservative than I needed to be, and he was way too aggressive.
And well, and it happens to the best of them,
Yeah, especially when you only you got 12, 14 cars on the track, but you only racing one car, and it makes it a lot more stressful.
Well, before we get into the nitty-gritty stuff here, Steven, man, do you have anything for our P2 finisher here tonight, Kenny Tripp?
Yeah, big old Ken Dog. Man, great run tonight, dude. That's one thing I was going to ask you that we were talking about during the race was the sets of tires. Now, I know y'all got the set that you start with and a set behind the wall, but with iRacing, you cannot use your left side for your right side, correct? You have to choose which ones to put on or take off, correct?
That's correct. So left sides are only left, rights are only rights. You can't swap them. You obviously start the race with set. We had 2 sets in the pits.
Right.
So total of 3.
Three sets total. Now, the other question I had for you was, we had some people say that they, were trying not to get caught speeding on pits. With that short pit entrance coming off that backstretch, did you guys practice coming into the pits at all, or is that something that you recommend some of these guys trying? Some of the new guys coming into the league or new to iRacing?
Oh, absolutely. I practice pit stops several times throughout the week. We practice race on Mondays, and then we obviously have an hour of practice before the race. I practice pit stops often. I practice them on fresh tires. I practice on end of fuel runs because it changes. So as you know, last week I had no tires, I had no fuel, and I hit the brakes too hard and spun at Wilkesboro. So it all depends on where you are on the track and what condition your car is in. It changes in an instant.
All right, man. Well, hey, great job, P2. Not nothing to hang your head about, definitely. Man, good season. I'm thankful that Josh has let me come up into the booth with these guys, with MaxspeedTV TV and call the race with you guys or for you guys. And, bringing a driver's perspective up in the booth, I think it creates a better product. And enjoy your off season, man. And congratulations on the P2 tonight.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get down here, Kitty. You are officially, I do believe, going to be the champion. for a season number 4 here for the Pro American Late Model Series. Congratulations on winning the championship. You know, what does that mean to you? And, you know, how do you go about, you know, celebrating and, you know, getting prepared, you know, in the off season for, well, season 5, you know, defending that championship?
Yeah, you know, it was a phenomenal season. You know, the caliber of drivers this year was even. It was harder than last year. Last year I finished fourth in points, and it. You know, I came in. You know, after the second race, I'm like, if I finish the top 5 in points, that's a championship for me because these guys are just unreal. And you know, Keterman and Junior, first few races they had, you know, they had some really bad luck. They kind of, you know, were a little bit too aggressive and paid for it, and I capitalized. This is my second championship without winning a race. So consistency, and I try to drill that in,
Wow.
and they laugh at me, but I prove it once again.
Yep. Yeah, awesome. Awesome job, bud. I mean, it's not easy to win a championship without winning a race. Let
No, it is
alone,
hard.
yeah, let alone winning a race itself and not getting a championship is, you know, it can go vice versa. You know, um,
Yeah,
throughout
you know
this,
you know what makes it harder?
what's that?
That it's a damn simulator and not in real life. It's so hard just you just want to go, and it's
Yeah.
so hard.
Well, throughout the season of season number 4, now that we got you up here, you know, when the season began, you know, you knew what was kind of on the line, what you guys, all of y'all were going for. And what was your mindset coming into season 4?
My mindset was to stay out of trouble. Last year I had some bad luck. Um, got downright run over a few times, but hey, it's racing, you know, whatever. I wanted to do better than fourth in points, but you know, like I said, after the second race, I was settled with, you know, my goal was fifth, and then once they had that two troubles, you know, within the first 5 races, they both had some really bad luck, and I'm like, oh, now you know my goal's changing, and you know my thought process changed, and it went from top 3, and then I think I led the points from like race 4 on. I mean, just 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 there every race and getting under everyone's skin just to see him and, you know, see me in their rearview mirror.
Well, I got to say, man, what an accomplishment. Season 4 champion, going to be defending it next season. You know, awesome job, bud. I mean, congratulations as well. It was a fight, but you managed to handle it. I know you've probably got a few final thoughts, shout outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate. Of course, get ready for the off season and go celebrate your championship. So, Kenny, I will turn it over to you, buddy.
Yeah, I appreciate it. First and foremost, I got to thank Matt and Steve. Um, you know, they both, you know, I know Steve kind of, you know, had, you know, a job come up this, you know, late in the season, and Matt took over most of it, but they both work hard. They, you know, they don't have to do this for us, and they do, and they put a lot of time in for us to come out and play. So you know, hats off to them. They do a phenomenal job. They're more than fair, and they have a hell of a league. So if you have an iRacing rig, or if you know someone who's interested, let's get on. We're here for everybody. I gotta thank you guys for, you know, sticking out with us this year. I know you were kind of nervous getting into it. You didn't know what to expect. Hopefully, you know, hopefully we put on a good show for you and the fans.
Oh yeah, dude.
Um,
I am duly impressed. I really am. You guys really impressed me, and it got better and better every single race. So I am more than impressed. I will say that.
that's awesome. I think we ended it with about a 87% green flag runs on every race. It's insane. Not many leagues can say that. Um, you know, I gotta thank my wife for letting me do this. You know, I've been working a lot lately. I come home tonight long enough to eat dinner, give her a kiss, and, you know, good luck, honey. I know it's race night, so she lets me do this at night. And you know, my mom and dad tune in every week. I got a coworker, Don, that tunes in every week. Him and his wife. They just, you know, I trained him just told him about this. He's like, yeah, I like to watch it some night, and now him and his wife are absolutely hooked. So they think you guys are the best. So I appreciate everyone who's showing up, and just all the fans in general. It's at the end of the day, it's a video game, but for a lot of us guys, I don't have time to race in real life, and nor do I want to spend the money. So this is what I do. This is what I choose to do. Some people, think it's corny. Some people, and whatever. But this is what I do for a hobby, and the fact that we can play, and someone can run it for us while we play, and you can have it broadcasted and make it as much as real life as possible. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it it's amazing what you can see people do, online. Well, I mean, you watch real life and then you watch online, and it's like, there's too much stuff in real life racing. Yeah, I get my racing fixed with iRacing. As this, I can enjoy it. I don't enjoy real racing anymore.
No, yeah, it's too much work and it costs too damn much money. So, yeah, I help my nephew in a real race car, and it's a lot of work. I don't know how they do it, but it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, Kenny, go celebrate. You're second, but second place. But most importantly, you're a championship here tonight, buddy. Get ready. You're going to be defending that next season.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do my best, and just it's worked 2 out of the 4 seasons. So what I'm doing is working, and I'm just gonna keep my head up and just taking every chance I get and make the best of it.
All right. Yep. Go celebrate, Kitty. We will see you next season, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night, everybody.
Yep. Thank you. All right. Well, that is going to do it here for the top 3 here tonight. Of course, Mark Keeteman winning the race here. Well, Steven, my brother, Bub, is back down there in chat here tonight. Of course, all 3 of us have called the races here, Steven. So,
yep.
A big shout out to, of course, you and my brother for, coming up here and calling these races with me. And, it started, now it's done. I don't know what else to say. I mean, these guys really, really impressed me throughout the season. Race 1, I was nervous. I really was. I did not know what to expect. I thought they were pulling my leg, but I'm really glad that I took P.A.L.M.S, and showed everybody out there in YouTube what is capable of drivers on iRacing. This right here is capable. If you are patient, you can do the same thing.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one thing that I've been learning myself. I mean, like I said, being, 6, 7, almost 7 months on iRacing, it's a whole different creature. It really is. I mean, you can't drive. I mean, even though the mechanics are close to the same as being in a real car, you can't do like Kenny said, you can't do in iRacing what you can do in a real car. It doesn't work that way because you got too many variables. But it's learning it and having fun with it, and and like you said, this whole league has just really impressed me. Some good sportsmanship for the most part. If there's problems, they usually hash it out pretty quickly. And hats off to Matt and Steve for allowing you and you allowing me to come up here in the booth with you, man.
Yeah, I mean, and you are most welcome. It's going to be odd being off for several months. I do believe before they get things fired back up, but they're going to do some recruitment, and I'm sure there's other stuff that the admins are going to do, internally that we have no part of. So, a lot of things probably going to change. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I have heard that we are coming back. So, MaxspeedTV TV and P.A.L.M.S will be back at it hopefully next season for season number 5. So, different style of racing, short track racing at that. I have
Yeah.
never seen short track racing go as smooth as I've seen these guys race it.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt.
But with that being said, folks, we're going to get down here to the official results. Of course, pinning any other admin stuff that they have to do here tonight. But we got it right here. Mark Keteman winning the race here tonight at Myrtle Beach. Congratulations again goes to the number 2 of Mark Keteman on the win. Kitty Tripp, he will finish in second. However, Kitty coming home with the season 4 championship. Congratulations to Mr. Kitty Tripp. Benny Hogan coming in third with the mayhem. And of course, I think all three, the top three, really, with what happened there at the end of, regulation there, Steven, they wouldn't be in this position if that did not happen. I'm just being honest,
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah, so, they got put in they were in the right spot at the right time. So, Benny in third, Brett Meeks ran out of gas. But, hey, he'll finish in the top 5 and 4th. Shane Colmeyer in 5th. Jonathan Emerson 6th. Scott Niga 7th. John Canizaro Jr. Tough break for John. Man, tough break for John. He'll get a top 8 here tonight. And John Brancasio 9th and Brandon Kiger 10th. John Sr. in 11th. Gary Eldred in 12th. Bob Eldred will round it out here tonight in 13th. So, well, the final unofficial official results. And Steven, man, that's it. These guys are getting into the off season now, and they're going to be resting up, getting prepared for what's kind of what's at stake next season. And I think there's going to be a lot more hungry hippos going into season 5.
I agree, and this is a good time for the off season. They're gonna be able to spend some time with their families over the summer. I'm sure that they've got other leagues that they run as well, but that's going to give them an extra day to spend time with family and do some things in the summer. Maybe even change up some paint schemes on their cars, come up with some new ones, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, it's I'm kind of sad, but at the same time, these guys, I'm happy for these guys. They've run an outstanding season.
Well, I always get tears when it comes down to the end of the seasons of leagues that I do on MaxspeedTV TV, because you never know what's going to happen, but the end of the season and when the next season's going to start. Real life stuff can happen, but and it's not even a change here tonight. It's the same thing. I got a few tears. It's sad to, end season 4, but hey, let's all look forward to, a season number 5. And, let's hope for the best, and, we'll get back at it hopefully in a couple of months. And we'll see what these guys have in store. I think we're gonna see a lot more action and probably a lot more door banging.
Yeah, you need to read the.
I know he
from your
called me.
brother.
Yeah, he called me a crybaby.
Hey, don't forget, folks. So
Yep.
tomorrow night, Downforce Racing, right here, MaxspeedTV TV.
Yep.
Y'all tune in and watch. I won't be in the booth. I will be out on the track and I don't know which car I'm going to run tomorrow. I've got a couple of cars that paint schemes, but more than likely I'll probably jump back into the MaxspeedTV TV Ford Mustang.
All right, you can blend them all together.
That would be nice if I could. I think the one that I last selected was a pre-made one, and I just like the looks of it. But that's the thing. I can change my car color, but I'll be coming up with some new paint schemes hopefully here pretty soon.
Yeah, man, and I think I'm going to be starting, I'm going to paint some paints up for a couple of different cars and stuff, and, just kind of, see what I can come up with, but that's just going to be on my end. But, a big shout out to Steven and Matt and, everybody over here at P.A.L.M.S for, of course, allowing me to be a part of this. and allowing Steven and my brother to come up here and help me call the races. And, you know, it's been a blast for all of us. But, folks, that is going to do it here tonight. Signing off for the final time this season for the Pro American Late Model Series Season number 4. MaxspeedTV TV tomorrow night, the Downforce Racing Series. That'll be at 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central. Yes.
Yep, and we will be at Dega.
Or
no, Daytona.
He can't read, guys. So
no, I
can't. So that's the Oklahoma there for you. He can't read.
Yep.
But that's it here tonight, folks. Stay safe. Thank you all again, and have a good night.